Hey y'all, what's up? My beautiful peeps. You know what time it is. You know what's the drill over here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Get the Since 92, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me, yours truly. I'm here. So, brand new EP, brand new music, brand new era. A debut EP coming from this talented girl group I love, I support Psiryn. Psiryn just released their brand new EP in the key of us. I would say Wednesday, the 11th, recently. And I've been bumping to the new Siren nostalgia. I'm in Siren's world. And definitely as a lover of all girl groups, okay? And just the essence of pure fire that girl groups they bring to the table, the direction, sonically, their sound, their brand as artists, musicians, all of the above. Siren's EP is amazing. So I'm going to talk about and discuss my standout tracks, my favorite tracks, a little bit of each track, and just the whole overall direction of In the Key of Us. Because Jada, Victoria, Anaya are really giving us what they have to offer on this brand new EP. So let's get it popping as always, shall we? Alright, so there are 6 tracks, and the name of the tracks are 1 Next, 2 Wanted, 3 The Softest, 4 Stressless, 5 Sober, 6 Cry For Me. My standout tracks that I love are Next, The Softest, Stressless, Sober. So I've played this EP on heavy rotation a couple of times, and I literally, this is really good, breathtaking, well done, put together, a body of fresh work. So for them coming to their own as an R&B girl group and a pop girl group, which I'll get into that a little bit later with my own 2 cents opinions. I feel like, not lies, it's not 2 cents opinions, it's my opinion. But it's like literally, I feel like as I was listening to In the Key of Us, what I love about the production is that it has really that really R&B soul vibe, that energy of pop music, and I feel like the chemistry of Siren, they're definitely bringing back that good feel good R&B vibe, and especially with their sound, it's really melodic. We get to hear the melody, the harmony, the rhythm of blues. Each track has, their own distinctive sound. There are a variety of topics they're talking about. They talk about, discuss female empowerment, respect. They talk about self worth. They talk about, feeling good about yourself, relationships, how to be treated in a relationship, and heartbreak. They talk about their like femininity. We have a few sexy joints on here. We have a few of that really like mystery to Siren, and this is the thing as a Siren fan, and I literally love the fact that they're vocalists and they can really harmonize on points. They can harmonize on beat. Every track they literally are singing throughout the whole entire track. There are no autotune on this record. We get to hear and we get to feel Siren as their girl group of their own. And like I've always have said, for me being a fan of girl groups, my thing is very versatile, and they have a lot of like that really like enigma to them. And I'm going to discuss like each of the tracks. Like, okay, here's this track called Next. Next is a very fun, like R&B, soul, pop, dance, feel good, bouncy feel to it. So they're talking about how they want to be treated, as young women in a relationship, no drama, none of that, no cheating, but just, how they know their self worth as young women and how they express themselves. And, there's a lot of this, like, what they have, their expectations for themselves as young women. And I love it. I mean, this is the first track. It just pretty much gives a really like vibe of like it makes you want to dance. and it's more like a very like really feel good nostalgia track. It's like how they infuse with the sound of R&B and pop. We can really feel it, and we can really hear how like Victoria, Jada, Anaya, they're like, you know what, yeah, we're pretty much, doing our own thing. Wanted, I like Wanted is one of these like kind of like in the middle R&B soul, I would say, mid tempo tracks. It's kind of like another relationship kind of song. They really are expressing themselves on this record. It's really nice and melody. It has more like an R&B soul to it, and the rhythm and blues, and it's like very, I would say, a little bit of alternative music. So it's a really good track. The Softest. The Softest is one of these standout tracks, which I feel is a really good track. It's a really nice, groovy, sexy R&B song. You know, makes you feel good. You're in the mood. Romantic stuff like that. And I like how even when I was listening to Softest, I know Softest is pretty much they it's a song where pretty much it's been heard and done before from a previous girl group, one of the greatest girl groups. I feel Escape. They're pretty much another girl group that pretty much people they appreciate and they love. But I found out like the Softest is like from like the original song is from the girl group Escape, the softest place on earth. So they sampled that song, Psiryn. They got it sampled and they did their own thing of the softest record. But when I heard this record, the softest, I actually when I heard it for the first time, I was like, as a single, I was like, you know what, it's really good, very like R&B, very mellow, but you get to hear the R&B, you get to feel it, the different production, the layering, and they actually with this song, it's so how they sing it very beautifully, they sing it well, they sing it like as if like they're sirens, well the girl group is called Siren Dub, but well, like as vocalists, as singers, so we get to feel and we get to hear how as vocalists we get to know whose voice is who more, we get to see and hear and just see like, oh, okay, this is really good, this is good harmony, all that. But this is one standout tracks. I feel like they definitely did a great job with this record and I love it. Stressless. Now, this song is another good song. It's a banger. It's more of an R&B soul pop alternative vibe of a sound. And when I listened to Stressless, I said, "Wow, it's a really nice like female empowerment. Bossed up, cool, swagged out song. And it's really like relatable. And I like the fact that especially with their sound they're carving for. They're not afraid to tap into different genres of their own sound sonically. And I feel that musically, since they pretty much have been really building and really getting like involved with their creative process of making sure a sound that's worth for them and it really represents their representation as their girl group. I love this song because I was like, the way how it's like more like R&B, like the alternative side to it, that alternative sound, that genre. It's like it works well with R&B and soul and pop. But Jada, Anaya, and Victoria, they did their thing on this one. Sober. We all know what Sober is. Sober is pretty much one of these records that Siren, they introduced us to us as fans. Sober is one of the tracks that they introduced to us a while back, and I love that song. When that song first came out, it was such a breath fresh of air. It's more R&B soul, upbeat, bouncy feel, dance kind of music. More like that groovy to it. And just their harmonies, their lushful vocals. They're talking about, I need to take a break. From a hectic life, I want to relax. I want to have fun. Yeah, I've been working, but I want to have fun and, just feel good and just do stuff. And I like this song. I actually love this song because I really like it and it's really good. It's just a vibe. It's not just a vibe. It's just like soul. It's pure soul R&B, pop, but with like that's like a hint of like different doses of little genres and stuff. This song is a banger. So I hear hip hop as well. So I hear a little bit of hip hop. So they actually are tapping to like hip hop as well. This is a really one of those songs that's really good. Cry for Me, this song is really good. It's sentimental, it's very relatable, emotional, as young women going through stuff, in a relationship. And I actually like that, especially with this song. It's like a slow jam, but it's more like, a little bit upbeat, gotta have a little bit of like upbeat to it, like a kick. But I actually like Cry for Me. It's really good, it's emotional, and the way how they're singing on this record is very, very well put together. So, yeah, it's a really good record, and I enjoy it. Now, I'm going to wrap up my final thoughts and my whole conclusions to this EP by Psiryn in the Key of Us. How do I feel about this whole entire project? I feel like Psiryn did an amazing job, because I'll be sitting up here lying, okay? Because no, it's amazing. Like, In the Key of Us is a really breath fresh of air and R&B and pop music. And I said I had to go back a little bit about the R&B and pop music, and I said, you know what? This is what really is really cool to see how literally with R&B, I feel R&B is not just R&B music, it's pop music. I feel like R&B is not just R&B, but it's different layers to it. And I love that Psiryn, they want to take into a little bit of like that, really like more of the modern day of like R&B music, and they're redefining the sound, but they're also redefining the sound of pop music. So I actually would say it's more R&B soul pop, with this EP. And how it's so cohesive. I mean, every record is different. Every record does not sound the same, which I love it, which is a plus. And, I like that the confidence that they bring to the table with their sound and their music. And I think that even with In the Key of Us, it really takes a whole new direction of like where they're going for themselves as a girl group. But I enjoy it. I loved it. I've been playing it nonstop. Definitely, definitely. This is going to get a 5 out of 5. Hands down, period. I love the art cover. Jada, Victoria, Anaya, y'all did a phenomenal job on y'all EP. I look forward to hearing y'all debut album. You girls are really amazing, gifted. And, with that being said, guys, Psiryn fans, share your thoughts and your opinions of In the Key of Us. Fabulous art cover, fierce, sassy, and this. And like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. And as always, stay tuned next episode of Get This Night 2. Peace.